Hey everyone, my name is Maha. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, I know I have been gone for so long, but I'm finally back. I'm finally here, and I'm here to stay for real this time. I'm back with longer hair, bolder liner, and so much content to give to you guys. So today I thought for my first video back, I could introduce you guys to 3 of my disabled lovebirds. So they are disabled, unfortunately, and that is because they have splayed legs. And it was by no fault of my own. They came to me with splayed legs. So I'm just going to tell you guys their story and introduce them to you guys. So the 3 disabled little lovebirds are Violet, Sebastian, and Feathers. They are in this cage behind me right here. They live in my room. And Sebastian and Feathers are both males while Violet is a female. They have not been DNA tested, but Violet did lay 1 egg. So I know that she's a female for sure, and Feathers and Sebastian, I'm 99% sure by their pelvic bones and just their overall personality and their beak shape. So I am 99.9% sure they're both males. So Sebastian is the oldest, Feathers is like the middle child, and Violet is the youngest. And as for their hatch date, they did not hatch in my home. They hatched in someone else's home, but I do think their hatch date is around the 16th of December in 2016, so that would make them about 2.5 years old right now. And I did buy them along with their parents and 3 other pairs of birds, so they came to me kind of like a package deal, and they were about a week and a half old to 2 weeks when they came to my home. So I'm gonna just insert a picture of the day that I pulled them out of the nest for hand feeding, and as you can see, their legs were completely splayed, and it is a really bad case of splayed legs. So let's keep in mind, at first I was kind of a rookie. I did take hand feeding lessons from another breeder, so I was familiar with how to hand feed, but as far as dealing with splayed legs, this was the first incident I've ever dealt with when it came to splayed legs. Right now, Feathers, he's the middle one, he's the boy. Feathers and Sebastian. Feathers is the boy. He has the worst case out of all his siblings, and I can get him out and I can show that to you right now. So this is Feathers. He, unfortunately, is the worst out of all his siblings when it comes to the severity of his splayed legs. And I did try to fix them by using sponges, and I can insert a picture of it here. So they really did benefit from using the sponges, and their legs aren't as bad as they are now. But unfortunately, since they did stay like that degree of splayed legs, how severe it was, they stayed like that until I picked them up, which is about a week and a half to 2 weeks old. Unfortunately, they didn't fully heal, not really heal, but they didn't fully come back to normal. So that's unfortunate, but I did try my best, and I immediately put sponges on them, on their legs, and it really did help to bring their legs together. Violet looks like she has almost normal legs because she is the youngest, so it did work best for her. Sebastian has 1 leg that slips out underneath him, and Feathers has the most degree of leg separation, which I'll show you guys in a minute. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Feathers. So Feathers is the most flighty and the most skittish out of all his siblings, but he's still very sweet. And if you just see how his legs are right now, there is a large degree of separation, more than normal. And if I show you guys from this angle, you can see that his legs do go out quite a bit, and it's not normal how it normally would be. So his stance is a little bit far apart, as you can see here. But of course that doesn't matter because I still love him, just like how I love all my other little birdies. So Feathers has this really pretty coloring. He kind of looks like he has little like overalls, little pants. He's a very pretty like blue kind of gray color, and then he has gray on his head, and then more kind of like blue on his belly. So he is a very pretty bird. He's a little sleepy. He's probably gonna like fall asleep on my hand if I let him. But I'm going to get out the oldest, and the oldest is Sebastian. So I'm gonna go get him out. So this is Sebastian. He is the oldest. I'm gonna keep him eating millet to bribe him to stay next to me. I'm just kidding. I don't have to bribe him. Would you like some millet? Okay, he's still chewing a piece. But this is Sebastian. He has such pretty coloring. He is white and blue. And he is the oldest child from his parents. And by the way, this is a picture of his parents. Their names are Sky and Spud. I did end up rehoming them for one like specific reason, and that was basically because they were producing babies that ended up turning up a little bit more aggressive than I would like. So I did make the decision to rehome them, and they live in a beautiful large aviary with a bunch of other birds. So I'm really happy about that, and of course I wouldn't have let them go to just any home. I would have made sure they went to the perfect home. So that's just a little story about their parents. But this is Sebastian. So at the end of the video, I'm going to kind of put like their growth and like how they grew over time. But these guys were definitely a fun and interesting experience. Oh, and one more thing. I don't know if you guys noticed, but sometimes when he stands, he lifts his right leg up. I'm not really sure why he does that, but I think it is because this leg slides out from underneath him sometimes, and I think he's more comfortable putting balance on his other leg, just because that leg like comes down more straight. I don't know if that makes sense. But for the most part, he does have 2 feet on a perch, and the perches that I do use are, I do have rope perches in their cage as kind of like in the shape of a half oval, and that is easier on them to grip. And I also have natural wood perches, etc. So all that good stuff. So he is kind of like the middle child. He is not too crazy, but not too flighty, but not too mellow. He's like that perfect in-between balance. So that is Sebastian. He's the oldest one out of all his siblings. And yeah, this is little baby Sebastian. I still call them babies even though they're not babies. So now I'm going to show you guys the youngest. Her name is Violet, and she is the female in the clutch. So this is the girl, this is Violet, and I think her name suits her very well. She has a lot of purple. So she was the one that I said that laid an egg before. She has laid 1 egg so far in her entire life, which is pretty good because her parents are her parents were very like breeding motivated. So these guys, I found it to be a little bit more difficult to like tame down their nest building and their like wanting to breed. But you know, that's only natural. But they're doing much better about it now. She hasn't laid an egg in a while, and she's only laid 1 egg, so that's really good. She was the one that I had a little bit of an issue at first when it came to her aggression, but of course through like positive motivation and positive attitude and positive everything, she became to be very sweet, and she doesn't really bite me at all. Like I don't remember the last time she bit me because it's been that long. That's kind of how it is for all my birds. They don't really bite me just because like I've developed such a close bond with them, and I was the one that hand fed them, and I was the one that weaned them, and they're with me all the time. So I don't really remember the last time that I got bit by my lovebird, so that's good. She is the most craziest out of all her siblings. I remember when she hatched, or like as they were starting to grow, before they were starting to wean, I noticed that she was the one that's always wanted to be around me, always running to me, just the most excited and craziest out of all her siblings, the most energetic. And I do have a couple of cute pictures to post for you guys. And Violet is actually the one with her little head peeking under feathers. So they are very, very cute little birds for sure. And if you look at her stance, it's a little bit wider than normal, but like I said, she's the youngest and she's the one that like responded best to like my methods of like treating her splayed legs, or trying to treat her splayed legs. And that's because she is the youngest, or she was the youngest. She still is the youngest. But that's because she is the youngest, and if you start out younger, they are going to respond better. And right now they are calling each other, even though they are literally 2 feet away from each other. Alright, I'm gonna give you back your sister. Chill. These guys, they can't stand being apart for, like, they've never been apart ever since they've opened their little eyeballs. They've never been apart, and I've kept it that way. So if they're, like, not in the same vicinity as each other, you will hear flock calling, and it is very loud. And then I have the 4th bird with them. Her name is Alice Grace, but I'm going to introduce her in a totally separate video because she definitely needs a video on her own to be introduced, because she is a crazy little bird. Absolutely crazy, but I love her to bits, but crazy in a good way. If I would say I had a favorite, it would probably be her, but you know, I love them all equally. I don't know if that's possible to have a favorite and love them all equally. I don't know, but I love them all equally. And I'm going to introduce Alice Grace in a totally separate video. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. I just wanted to introduce them to you guys and see how cute and sweet and special they are. They are very, very sweet little birds. And I really want to do like a lovebird care guide, so let me know if you guys want to see a video like that. She loves her millet. She loves to eat. She's a sweetie too. So that is it for today's video. Let me know how you guys liked it. And I'm going to bring her up a little bit. And come on. Let me know how you guys liked it and what other kind of videos you guys want to see. If you have any more suggestions, let me know in the comments below. I have literally 2.5 pages of like video ideas. So there's going to be a lot of content coming up. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see everyone in my next video. Bye! Alright, I'm back. My camera died. Here's little Sebastian eating his millet because he's a little fatty. I'm just kidding. He's not a fatty. Oh, I love you so much. You're so cute. Okay, he's still chewing, so we're going to wait a little bit. Here you go.